Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of In the Blender with your host, Shake Money. And we have, this is the second to the last episode. We have one more, and season two will be in the books. This next guest, she was the very first guest in the Blender. So we'll get to know her and we'll talk about it, uh, you know, when we come back.
Shake, 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 yeah, shake, 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 shake. Shake money in the place. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We gonna talk about the fans again. Is you a fan or a troll? Are you trying to wish us good? Trying to take control, bringing problems to the hood. What takes your soul? Miami Dolphins bring the wood. Super Bowl is the goal. Tyreek Hill. I'm trying to kick it with Shake. You gotta be a real fan. No pretenders and fakes. We're gonna open up the line. Come correct with your takes. If you step into us blind, we're gonna show you the way. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender with Shake and his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender with Shake and his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Never want the season to end. Mix it up a little with gin. And I remember when I knew that the Dolphins would win. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Let's go. I never want the season to end. Never. Mix it up a little with gin. That's right. Pass it off to one of my friends. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Larry K. What up? Phin-Addicts. TFTG. The tailgate. Miami Dolphins, baby. What up, Lou? Shake money. Crypto. Check it. Me? God bless y'all. Miami Dolphins #1. And we out. Miami Dolphins football, the greatest football team. We push the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. Respect us.
I remember doing a panel show with Larry. It was LG Shake in the panel. We met up through TD Stream, and I figured why not. I thought I'd say, what's up, Tour Tuesday? How you doing, brother? So I figured, let me try something different. Get to know people one on one, and I started the show in the blender. And when I did, I had this next guest in mind, locked and loaded. And I spoke to her. She agreed to do it, and I am forever grateful to. She's the one that helped me get started. She's a wonderful human being, and she's the one who. She's the one who gave me this trophy right here. And if you see on the thumbnail, so without further ado, hey Pam, how you doing?
I'm good, Shake. Thank you for having me. And that is the perfect trophy for you. The perfect trophy.
And it reminds us that Chris Wilkins is no longer here, and I was right.
No, that's why
Right?
you get that trophy.
Because I was right. That's right.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate all the sweet things you said about me. I appreciate it very much.
Oh, thank you for coming on, and thank you for being the first guinea pig, if you will. Oh man. But real quick, I feel like I have grown over the years, as far as making content and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do real quick is real quick. I just wanted to do a little revisionist history. This was the first episode. Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? This is your host, Shake Money, and you are in the blender with me. There goes the blender. Money, your host. I just got a few little mine. I have a great show for you tonight. This is going to be the first season of In the Blender with Shake Money, where we're going to discuss why you became a Dolphin fan. And of course, and then the first
team that was around was Miami Dolphins, and I've loved football my whole life. So to me,
yeah.
Here I'm back. I guess I might be having some issues. If it continues, I'll go in and restart my internet or whatever. Yeah. Hopefully it'll come back. But
yeah. No, so that was just the first episode. You could tell a lot is I've added a lot since then. You know.
Yes, I love the whole intro that you have. It looks great.
Yeah, that's my shout out to Ty Bless. We all know who Ty Bless is. He's a good guy. He's a big, you know what I mean? He's but anyway, I remember when we first started talking, we talked about a little bit how you were a dance instructor. How did that come about?
So actually, I started dancing when I was 2 years old. In fact, my mom said I was still in a diaper.
Yeah.
Maybe TMI, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it was a doctor's recommendation because I was flat-footed and pigeon-toed and knock-kneed, and they didn't have the braces and all that kind of stuff back then in the wagon when we came over on the wagon train. So
yeah.
But that's how I started, and then it was just something that I have done my entire life, and I started teaching. I had my first class by myself when I was 13. That was 1973. I had my first class, and even as a little kid, or a teenager, I was teaching adults and people my age, and it's just something that turned into my career. It's not just what I did, it's like part of who I am. It's a big part of me.
And what's fascinating was because of the history that you have. When I watch your streams, you're able to spot offsides and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
patterns.
Yes, I look for an anomaly, right? So my dancers, I always wanted them to be the best. So anything they always said, Miss Pam, you never notice when we do something right, and I, in a way they were right, because my eye was trained to look for when there was something wrong so I could fix it.
Yeah.
So when on football, I mean, I see offsides a lot. And of course, obviously other people do too, but I mean, it is something that I see. It just catches my eye. So my eyes trained that way.
Okay. Yeah. And well, that's like, you driving a car, you're not going to notice nothing until you start hearing something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
The car, if everything's good with the car, you don't need to complain about it, right?
That's right. Exactly.
What's going on, Cap?
Hey, Cap for life. Hey.
Much love to him, man. He was a third guest in the blender.
Now, that's right.
I had the second guest yesterday, Crypto. So yeah, man. Last year was
I was in
year,
good
man.
company.
We went to this is when we met Larry K.
Yes.
Patriots game, and then this was the I think the Panthers game. Yeah.
Yep. Yep,
You
that
got
was the fan weekend. That was
and
a
we
lot of fun.
got Color, KP, myself. We got
Ollie,
yeah, and El Capitan.
El Capitan. Yep, that was great. And I think isn't that Paris that was in there too? Was Paris in there with us?
No, he wasn't with us.
I can't see the picture that good. I know I saw him.
No,
Um,
that's KP.
KP, I can't see the picture that good. Sorry, KP.
It's all good. Yeah, it's KP. And yeah, I took pictures with Paris Love, man. I hope Paris Love is doing well because I know he had some heart issues, whatever.
Yeah, really, really serious ones. Love Paris. Love KP too.
Yeah.
But when you're this big, I can't see you.
I got you. So yeah, when it comes to what was I gonna tell you? You have any funny stories on dance instructing, whatever, like as far as any interesting stories when you're a dance instructor that stick out?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's quite a few. There was one that really stands out. We were in a national
What's up,
championship.
Tony?
Hey Tommy.
Tony, yeah.
Tony. See, I can't see. I'm sorry. I cannot see. I've got it pulled up on my computer. I need to pay attention. Hey Tony. Anyways, so we're at a national championship, and I have a large group of my most advanced dancers, and the number was like incredible. But we had on the girls had on these bodysuits, right? And they had snaps in the crotch.
Oh.
And the problem with that is, you're moving around and, boop, you don't want that to happen. So I told them to wear safety pin them. Hey, Ryan. So I told them to safety pin it. Well, competition, we had a lot of numbers. Girls are running in and out. And one of the girls forgot to put the safety pin in. And I'm on the side of the stage, thankfully. And I see the little boop. And I'm like, of course, she had on tights too. She had on black tights. So it wasn't like you could see a lot, but I saw her eyes, she's like looking around like, oh my gosh, what I do? Because I had taught that particular girl. She was probably 18 at the time. And I had taught her since she was about 3 or 4 years old. And I told them all, I don't care what happens. You do not stop dancing. You dance. I don't care if your head falls off. Keep dancing. So she's out there. The little crotch is popped open on her one piece. And I'm over there going, Amanda. Like trying to get her to come over there. And hey, Louis. And so she finally gets, and it was a great big group of people, so she could kind of get off. And I'm over there on the side of the stage, with my face and hands in her crotch, pinning her. It's a funny story now. I don't think anybody thought it was real funny then.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories that you're looking back at it. And...
Yep. We actually won with that number. We won at, national championships at a certain level. There's money involved, so not only pride and, wanting to do your best and all that, but and my girls, they were trained by me. I was relentless about certain things. Never about if they messed up or anything. If they messed up, they were my babies. I loved them. So it wasn't that, but there were certain professional type things that if you were my dancer, you never did. So
yeah, you kept disciplined.
Yes, like very disciplined. That's right. Very Don Shula like. Yes. I used to tell him, come back to Planet Miss Pam. There, I don't care what planet you think you're on. Right now, you're on Planet Miss Pam.
So, another thing that we talked about was the fact that we think of Miss, like I call you the first lady. I know Phin-Addict 5 was the first one on YouTube, but you were like you were around for social media before social media was popular. So
Right.
what was one of the I was hearing, I never forget, uh I was in a space with you and D1 Chosen, and he was talking about how he met you through these message boards. Can you expand on the message boards and how that worked out?
Yes, so there was back in the day there wasn't chat groups per se, but you could, it was coming up live. One of the first things was on the Miami Herald had a chat in there, and you could go in there as Dolphin fans and chat. And so I was one of the few, very few. I don't know if I can think of any woman that was there. I'm talking 15 years ago or more.
Yeah.
And so I met a lot of guys like that I would never have met. I don't live near them, but we all had the Dolphins in common. So that was huge. I've met a lot of people like that. And when Facebook first got started, I was an admin in another Dolphin fan group, and we used to have chats in that kind of thing.
And
but it was very different from today.
All right. So being that you were in the social media world, right? Was because I remember Facebook as well, being in Facebook. There's a few Facebook pages that I had to leave because they were real toxic, unlike today.
Right, unlike today.
Yeah, sure. But no, no. But a lot of people say, "Oh, that tool was polarizing," but no, man. I say I never forget. Ryan Tannehill had that same. There was people that if you didn't like Ryan Tannehill, you criticized Ryan Tannehill, they'll tell you root for another team, and vice versa. If you said, "Oh, Ryan Tannehill played a good game," oh, stop riding Tannehill's dick. You're a Tannehill lover, So it's like I don't see the difference between Tannehill and Tua, to be honest with you. I understand one, Tua was a better quarterback. Tannehill had better athleticism, but
right. Well, I can tell you what the issue is, and it's been the same issue since Dan the Man wasn't our quarterback anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So anybody that was a quarterback for the Dolphins after Dan the Man was polarizing, because you had people.
Yeah, Jay Fiedler was that same thing.
Yes, and I thought Jay was a pretty good quarterback, actually. And, it just always seemed like we never had everything in place. And yes, Vamos Gatos, absolutely, the day, way back, day. But yeah, our defense, we've had stellar defenses over the years. We've had some great running backs over the years. Yeah. Oh, hello. So welcome in, Cosa Nostra. So, yeah, we never seem to have everything we needed. And I think trying to ever follow in the footsteps of Dan Marino, I don't think, I think even winning a Super Bowl, there would still be people complain about Tua or whoever else is our quarterback because, he is legend, right?
Mm. Yeah, and I can't wait for the Patriots to go through that same drama because Tom Brady. Every quarterback they're gonna go through that quarterback carousel. They're gonna go through that coaching carousel because they left a high standard with Belichick and Tom Brady. So.
Well, that standard's easy to get to if you cheat. Just saying. The Cheatriots. I wish them much pain.
Buffalo.
Right, Buffalo.
much
Yep.
for them.
Yep. That's not a bad one either. I like that one too. I like that one too. Anything disparaging on them, I like it.
Yeah. So I know you were a Dolphin fan since before you can begin. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
what were those? What are those message boards like? Like, what are some of the people you have met? I know you said you met North Cal.
Yeah, NorCal Dolphin and we have known each other a long time. Um like you said, D1 was on there. Those message boards were great because they connected diehard Dolphin fans together. Um Back, 15 years ago, there were people. This area is a big Dolphin fan area. For people that are from here, most people that live here are not from here, but people that are from here, they grew up with the Dolphins. So, hey, oh, sorry, hang on. Hey. So, anyways, the message boards helped me realize I wasn't the only crazy one out there about the fence.
Yeah.
Because most people that know me from around here, from where I live, they will go, "Oh yeah, she's that crazy Dolphin fan." Like or my friends, that's what they know about me. I am a crazy Dolphin fan. So that was one thing that was cool. You also came across some haters,
Of
but
course.
all the ones of us that kind of clung together as big time Dolphin fans, we hated. Hey, Bleezy. So we kind of clung together and ganged up on the haters. So it was a lot of fun. I found an outlet.
What's up, man? Of the hour.
Hey, end of the hour. Hello,
So
Raphael.
one thing I could tell you about this community is we all know who Pete is, right?
Yes.
And I'll never forget when he lost a loved one. Everybody put their Dolphins and came together and wished him well.
Of course.
That
Of course.
should tell you how this community is because nobody. Yeah, we talk trash about each other, but no one really hates him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I hate his takes on the Dolphins. I do not hate the man.
Yeah,
He drives me a little crazy, but when it comes down to it,
he hates our takes, but he doesn't hate us. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So,
Exactly.
and I think that's how it is. Should be anyway.
It is how it should be.
You know what I mean? So,
And I would go after somebody, like I would be on them if they were mean to him, about something personal like that. Not, how can you not show love to someone that lost a family member? I don't know. People are like that. There's a few people, but like you said, in our community, we're very loving towards each other.
Yeah, we are. And oh man. Ole Miss coming to the swamp. Get ready. Oh yeah, we're getting ready.
I'm ready. Bring it. Double duty tonight, please. Double duty tonight with that.
So let's talk about your streaming for a minute. I know that you've been doing this for how long?
I've done it. This will be my 10th season.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you provide a service for people that can't get access to, to watch the games and things like that, man. And of course, if you don't like yelling, just put it on mute.
Just mute me. I have no problem with that. Just mute me. Just don't come on there and tell me to shut up, because then.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some people come on there because of my mouth.
Yeah.
Some people like crazy stuff, so I'm just saying.
That's why we watch the Finn's tailgate, right?
That's right. That's right. Something for everybody.
Yeah, man. That's the
But
what's that? Varieties, the spice of life. That's the
yes.
thing I like about you. I like about YouTube when it comes to
Oh, right now, Kosa, so we're talking about my streaming. I stream every Dolphin game. This will be my 10th season, and um literally the world, all over the world. We have people. Nene is one that I didn't know. I not everybody would get on there and comment, and Nene was one that
uh,
said that she had heard me several years ago when she was in Korea in the
good.
service.
I'm glad you brought her up because she could tell you her story. What's up?
Oh,
Hey, I do apologize. Can y'all hear me? I am driving, so hopefully y'all can hear me well.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was actually on a call with my church, but hey, Miss Pam.
hey,
Hey, I'm
thanks
sorry
for coming on, Nene.
you came at a
What
perfect time because
what
the
Shake is something else, ain't he?
I just mentioned your name just now, Nene.
Yeah, definitely I was in Korea because we when I was in Korea that we had this network called AFN, and anybody doesn't know what that acronym means is Armed Force Network, and it's our cable, right? We don't have, well, at least I don't know, they don't have it when I was there in 2013, and even in 2004 and 2000. I've been to Korea 3 times, just
Oh, wow.
letting everybody know. So I spent a lot of my 20 years over there in Korea. And one of the things I hated prior to, Facebook and Miss Pam was that I could never watch the Dolphin games. I would have to go on ESPN and click the refresh the score, right?
Right.
And I happened to be on Facebook. I was in a lot of the Miami Dolphin groups. And I'm going to mispronounce your last name, so I'm just going to say Miss Pamela Kranz. I will always see her streaming. And she be in her house. I think you were probably yelling at your sons or whatever. But it was a way to get my news other Dolphins. Now, sometimes it was great because I know we beat the Jets, and I came to work with a Dolphins jersey on because I was able to watch Miss Pam's play by play, even the commercials. It was good. It was good for morale. And Lord have mercy, when I started doing YouTube and the spaces, and I saw her name and I heard the voice, I said, "That's the lady from Facebook that always has the Dolphins games on." So I had to tell her that you don't know how many times that, just made my morale better, that I was still connected to the team I love, even though a lot of times they lost, but just the ability to see the games, and you start getting connected to her animals and whoever else was in the background as
Yep.
she streamed for us. So it was amazing to finally like kind of just give her the opportunity to say thank you, because she had no idea the little girl from Miami was watching her broadcast way in Korea.
That's right. I had no idea. That meant so much to me, to know that. I do it, and there's a lot of people that I do know. I see their comments and things like that. Sometimes, Nene, I was streaming in the bowling alley or in a restaurant or a sports bar or whatever, because sometimes the games wouldn't be on. So I went where I had to go to get the game, and I'd, set my stuff up, and I came in with a computer and a tablet, my cell phone. I'm like, "What's your Wi-Fi password connection?" you know. So sometimes it was an ordeal, but I appreciated knowing that, hearing from you. That meant so much.
Yeah, and it was, before YouTube TV, and thank God that was the last time I was overseas, was my last tour in Korea, 2013, 2014. But um at least I knew that the Dolphins games on Sundays, even sometimes I would be at work, I still be able to go on that Facebook group and click the link, and there was Miss Pam. And Lord, she was just as passionate as I was about this team. I said, I don't know who this lady is, but she loves her Miami Dolphins. So again, and Korea is not, it's not as bad as what people think it is. You know, I was under the impression it was people walking around with in rice patties and doing karate and all
Yes.
this. Like, so like when I went over there the first time, it was snowing. And I didn't know that it snowed in Korea. And I literally was on vacation in Miami and I had on shorts as I got
Oh,
off the plane. And it was literally negative 10 degrees outside.
oh my.
So Korea has a lot of obstacles, especially when you have a family. At that time, I was married, so not being with my family and being over there and just being away from, like, you know, it's, and where I was called Busan, and Busan is the home of LG. So it was a
Oh, okay.
lot of technology, a lot of different things. But given that, you know, I'm on the military base, they're going to structurize what we can see and what we can't see. So Miss
Right.
Pam, having those games was just amazing for the morale for everyone that's listening. Oh, Costa got me laughing. No, I wasn't in no Daisy Dukes, but you know what was funny? It was like the flight stewardess kept looking at me as we left from San Francisco, and I guess she was looking at me like, was I on the right flight? You know, and I thought it was another reason why she was looking at me. And then I felt the window because they, a friend of mine said, when you go on those long flights, take like a NyQuil or something so you could sleep through
Yeah.
it. And like literally, I'm feeling the window, and the window is frozen. I'm like, man, they got it cold in here. Now I opened the window, I saw all this snow, and it was so funny because I'm 18 years old and I'm sprinting across the, you know, the runway, and my sponsor looking at me like, Lord, this is my soldier. You know, an 18-year-old and never been, I never left the country. So the, you know, Korea is, it has a lot of good things, but it is a challenge to a lot of soldiers. And I can only imagine how many other soldiers were Dolphin fans that was in that group and saw that. And I just don't think you know how far that stretched out to know on Sundays we were all Dolphin fans, no matter where we were around the world. So again, thank you for that, Miss Pam.
You're so
It was
welcome.
amazing.
I really appreciate the backstory on all of that. And you kind of helped me with my timeline because I say this is my 10th season, but that's because I know I've done it at least that long. But with your timeline of 2013, you kind of like, you know, I'm right around there, 10, 11 years I've been doing it. So that helps my timeline a little bit for me to remember. I just know I've been doing it forever.
Yeah, because AFN, it is connected to like just, and their commercials are so horrible. Like they hire soldiers to do their commercials, so it's like you got to deal with that, and then we'll get like a Cowboy game or a New
Mhm.
England game. So it really just was terrible. And then sometimes with ESPN, it would freeze. So if it was a game that was close, I had to refresh.
Oh
But
man.
and just seeing your family in the background, and I think I commented a couple of times. I was like, just really thank you. I didn't want to get into like the, you know, the lickies and chewies about it, but when I saw you in the space, I was like, that's who it, I couldn't put my finger on it. And then I heard you, somebody made you mad, and I heard that anger like when the Dolphins messed up, and I said, now I remember her.
I know her. That's funny. That's so funny. I know there's another young man this past season that was on my stream, and he was in Saudi in the service, and so many people try to like donate, you know, to help me pay for the I get the NFL ticket, you know, a lot of times that kind of thing. But the thing is that I want everybody to know is I'm going to get that anyway. I'm going to have the Dolphin games one way or the other. I went and stayed in a hotel down in um no, it's the end of Brevard County. It's I won't be able to think of the name. My brain is going, but I went and got a hotel room because they had the game on down there, but not up here. So I do what I have to do. You know, there's been maybe a time or two I didn't, stream the game, but it was rare. And so I'm going to get it anyway. And if I watch and can do it in some way, I can make it possible for other people to watch, I'm going to do that. And so um, I I love the thought behind people wanting to give me money, but one, they would shut me down for sure if I ever accepted money. So, and two, I would do it anyway. So, you know, I appreciate all the thoughts out there, but I don't take money for doing it. I do it because I love it and I want to share with fellow fans. And like Shake said earlier, I tell people if you don't like the sound you're hearing, you feel free to mute me. Mute me. I know I can be a lot.
Well, Miss Pam, I wanted to say to you because I do have another call I gotta get on him, but you for all of the stuff that people say about the Dolphins community, Dolphins Twitter, Dolphins YouTube, you and Shake being on this panel have been some of the most gracious people I have ever met in the community. And I know some people, look, I know I'm tough to love. I know a lot of people, I'm an acquired taste, but especially last year being new and kind of experiencing some of the other parts of the Dolphins community. I just want to say thank you guys both because again, you don't know how that made me my morale going to work. And most of y'all know I was food service and being in charge over there. And we were a very small facility that fed a lot of people. So some days were very tiring. And again, being away from my family, that really like you streaming was so important, but also Shake Money, all of the other stuff that you do in this community, this in the blender again, and showing that Dolphins fans from another perspective. I think that's so important to combat some of the discord and some of the arguing and some of the fighting. It's an even balance that the Dolphins community is a place that everybody is welcome that loves this team.
Yep.
Right.
So thank you guys both for what you do. I know y'all both cheer for the Gators, and I'm gonna overlook that on August the 31st because I'm y'all know I had to put a little laugh in there, but I just it's always like today, and I love guys like Lewis. I love some of the people that love to troll and have fun. It takes you a while to get to know them and kind of learn like how people play, but just to be welcome with open arms and
Yes.
embrace a stranger that has the one thing that's in common is that we love the Miami
We
Dolphins.
love the Dolphins. Yep.
So
We hate the
thank
That's
you
Bills.
right.
both.
Thank you, Nene. And I
Thank
don't
you.
think you're hard to love at all, by the way. Sometimes we agree on stuff, sometimes we don't disagree, but like you said, your passion for the Dolphins is real. And it's nice to have other women out there with strong Dolphin fandom. I love it. So I love hearing you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Appreciate you both.
appreciate you, Nanny. Thank you for the kind words, and I echo the same sentiments. You know what I mean? The thing I like about you is that you kept it real with me, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah, we appreciate that a lot, Nene. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you
Oh
taking your
yeah,
time.
Shake is getting real innovative with this on the blender. Like when he said it, I said, You shouldn't even ask me. This is Miss Pam, of course." But
yeah,
I like
I
the
called her.
stuff.
I called her a couple of days ago and orchestrated this. So
I
Yeah,
love that steak. I appreciate it.
and another thing Shake does do that I don't think a lot of people understand is he understands the service members and what we go through. He's getting ready to do another on the blender where we show our competitive Army versus
mhm.
Navy. Like all of these things to me are all good additional conversations that still unite us and doesn't have all the discord. And we always have our issues like today we found some people was injured, all these different things that bring so much anxiety. It's good
Yes.
to have some things to put us together a little bit, but
Yeah,
Absolutely. I love you guys both. I just had to share that. I know that's a little corny, but you
yeah, it's all
guys
good.
are very uniters in the community. That
Yeah,
that's what I feel you both are. Y'all have a way of uniting people that even if we have different takes, it's like, okay, I may not agree how you feel about Christopher Greer, Aloysius the Third, or how you may feel about this, but I know this girl loves the Miami Dolphins, and because of that, we can still have a conversation. So I definitely appreciate that.
no doubt. And
Thank you,
like
Nene.
I said, we'll see you May 31st.
Oh, it's all bad then now. Yeah, y'all the
Yeah,
enemy then.
yeah.
Go Canes.
Go Gators.
Well, all right, Nene, I appreciate you coming by.
Yes, sir. I see y'all later.
All right. Oh man.
That was
So
great, Shake.
yeah, you know what? And here's the thing. You gave your perspective, so it was only right. I figured it was only right for somebody else to hear it from their perspective. So you know what I'm saying? We got both angles covered from as far as the streaming is concerned. What's up, EM? Shout out to EM.
Hey,
Uh,
thanks for coming in, everybody. I'm appreciating all the comments.
Crypto's in the building. What's up, Crypto?
Crypto.
And by the way, I do know the difference between AM and PM. AM you drink cognac, PM you drink rum. So there.
I would say vodka and then well, vodka. So yeah.
No matter. That's
Yeah,
an anytime. That's an anytime drink.
that's right.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere. But no, all right. Let's talk about last year's Dolphins. What grade are you giving last year's Dolphins?
Ugh, they broke my heart, really. They broke my heart. I expected so much, and in a way we did do so much. I would have to give them a B, because not because we weren't really good,
Hmm.
but because there were so many games left out on the field that we should have won. I say at least 3 and maybe 4 games we should have run that won. There was a couple of those that I think were taken from our hands, but I say a B, maybe a B plus, but more. No, I got to stick with my B.
How about who is your offensive MVP and your defensive MVP?
Offensive MVP. The offensive MVP is really tough because there were people that were so spot on,
Hmm.
but didn't necessarily get in the game a lot. But I mean, how can you downplay what Tyreek did? I mean, you really can't downplay it. But I hate just going with the obvious. I don't know. I like Barrios for one. I know that he shouldn't be my MVP, but Barrios, when he was on the field, he made stuff happen, and if he got the ball, he did so well with it. But I mean, it's got to be like Tyreek, right? It's got to be him. Yeah, yeah, tell me. Almost right. It almost does, but no. But yeah,
So
almost.
how about the defensive MVP?
Oh gosh, you know who my defensive MVP is. I mean, Christian Wilkins is the man. I hate that we would ever have to play against him because I'm gonna have to hate on him. But yeah, tap the spoon trophy, tap him.
Yeah, this reminds me who was right.
I mean, I love our defense. There were so many players that played really well and then got hurt. Phillips, but I have to stick with my Christian Wilkins. He did everything everyone asked of him and then some. So, and I'm a defensive girl. I get so excited about defense. All my top players are pretty much defensive guys. I
Even
love the defense.
molested Josh Allen.
That's right. Kept him in check. His undercarriage. He was checking on his undercarriage.
And speaking of streaming, what did you think of the Hard Knocks?
I I couldn't watch it during the season, right? I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I hated that we were on Hard Knocks.
Hmm.
Anything Miami Dolphins, I always love. Like I'm gonna be glued to it. But I I didn't want us to be on it. I hated it. I think I saw like little bits and pieces from people's podcasts and stuff during the season, but I pretty much didn't watch it during the season. I had a 4-month-old black furry piranha. He is it's attacking me.
Well, yeah, one of the games I'm gonna always remember is the Kansas City Chiefs game, not the playoff game, but the game before that one. That's where I got this bad boy.
That's right. And we should have won that game, right? Big time. We should have won that game. But that was a lot of fun.
If it wasn't for Tyreek Hill getting the freaking ball taken away from him and them running the other way, oh Jesus Christ, man!
See, that's like one of the things, that's one of the things. I mean, I guess he just figured he was there, but to snatch the ball out of Tyreek's hands, boy, that was a hated play for sure. But that was a great time, finally got to give you your well-deserved big spoon trophy. And being at Papa Paul's, that was a lot of fun.
We had some mimosas.
Mimosas, yes, made with some great champagne you brought for us. It was wonderful.
Actually, it was cava. So cava.
I still have a bottle. You gave me. I'm saving
cava. It. CAVA, cava, Spanish sparkling. That makes the best mimosas. Just FYI, if anybody knows, because of the grapes they use.
And is that what it is? Okay.
The grapes, and so grapes have a lot to do, and the soil it grows in and stuff like that is very citrusy, and then they pair well with the juices or whatever. So
orange juice. I highly recommend a little bit of lime in your mimosas. If you've never tried it like that, try it. You will see that your mimosa just takes a level up. Super good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So besides the Hard Knocks, what did you think of the schedule release? You were at the last Green Bay game when they played in Miami. You didn't.
Yes.
You didn't like the fact that it was pretty much by the weather and the fans. It was almost like a Green Bay home game, wasn't it?
It was a Green Bay home game, and that was. I mean, I know that had a lot to do with, the fact that it was on Christmas Day, and a lot of people, didn't go to the game, that kind of thing. But man, if I could just encourage you as season ticket holders, eat the ticket. Eat the ticket. Don't sell it because that was just, man, that was so disheartening sitting there. And of course, we're freezing. We look like we're in Green Bay. We're all wrapped up. It was so cold. But I still had fun, meeting up with all of you guys and, the tailgate. Chef Jew was out there. And I mean, it was great meeting up with all the Dolphin fans before and after. Before, we're all excited. We're going to kick that ass. And then afterwards, we're.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Miss Pam was there. It was great. I, met up with her mom and her brother and all that. And so that was great.
I mean, yeah, man. So, it's going to be Mike McFleur versus McDaniel once again.
Right.
For the rematch.
Right. Hopefully.
He's going to play a lot of it for his buddies. He's gonna play Mike McFleur. He's gonna play Kyle Shanahan. He's gonna play Robert Saleh, He's gonna play. They have the Houston coach and the Rams coach.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Well, hopefully he's up for
He has a losing
the
record against those
challenge.
guys. So he has a losing record against uh, um, Shanahan disciples. So he finally beat Robert Saleh. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, that particular game, that Green Bay game was. I mean, we had it. We had it. The defense got the ball back. You know, we had that game. All we had to do was just close it out. And no, that was a very painful game.
Yeah. Listen, if it wasn't for the fact that, because you know what, if Buffalo would have lost, they could have lost that last game to the Patriots because they had nothing to lose. It wouldn't affect their seeding. They
Right.
could have easily eliminated us from that playoff had they
Yeah.
let the Patriots win.
Yep.
It would have been the Patriots in Miami instead of it would have been Patriots in Buffalo instead of the other way around.
Right. Yep.
Instead of
There
Miami,
was.
you know what I'm saying?
We shouldn't have been in the position where we had to worry about it. You know, I hate when we have it in our hands, and you know, one win and we were in no matter what, and we
Yeah.
couldn't get it done. I
Well,
mean, that's something bad.
last year, I say we made the playoffs. The year before, we got standby tickets. Luckily,
Yes,
you know,
we flew standby.
yeah, we were flying standby. Yeah. Luckily,
Yeah.
we you know, nobody, you know, we had a cancellation at the last minute.
Exactly. Exactly. I hate leaving it to that. I really do. But
Because
man,
the year before, we had the same scenario. If Baltimore would have lost, we would have made the playoffs. Unfortunately, Baltimore won, and that's what kind of sealed our fate because we had the tiebreaker with Baltimore the
right.
year before. So
Yep.
we were kind of in the same scenario, you know.
Absolutely. I didn't think about that, but yes, you're right. That was I remember now that you're reminding me. Yes. We were waiting. We had that tiebreaker because we whooped that butt in Baltimore, but dang, man, some of the games we lose that we shouldn't. Those are the most heartbreaking, or the ones that we're right there and we let it slip out of our fingers. You know.
That's one thing me and Crypto we always talk about, you know. Shout out to Crypto. We're gonna he's my partner in Insomnia. Yeah, Insomnia. So what Nene was referring to is that Insomnia week 1 or week 2. I'm gonna try to make it happen. Week 1 or week 2. We're gonna get Raphael Courtwright to represent the Marines. We have Bison to represent the Air Force. Big Nick to represent the Navy, and Nene is gonna represent the Army. And it's gonna be we're gonna do a Pick'ems episode: Army versus Navy versus Air Force versus Marines.
What a cool show. What a very cool show. My money's on Nene.
Yeah. And Raphael Courtwright got his thumbs up. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you on there, Raphael. I can't wait.
As a matter of fact, he did an episode. He did an episode of In the Blender this year. So if you want to see what he looks like, and you know, I'm sure you've seen what he looks like before, but if not, you want. He's one of my favorite episodes because he talks about his service in the Marines, and I showed some pictures. It was a really good episode, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yes, Raphael has had some experiences. There's no doubt. He has definitely had some incredible experiences. So, and he's got a great sense of humor. I like his sense of humor. So,
Get some U.S. Marine Corps. All right, so here we go. We got some on the spot questions. All right.
Okay.
Now, if Miami Dolphins was become the Austin Dolphins, right? Right, they leave Miami and move to Austin, Texas, and become the Austin Dolphins. Stay the Dolphins. It's like, you know, how they like Oakland went to Miami. You know, would you still be a Dolphin fan?
Good grief, that's a heck of a question.
Yeah, it's something I asked everybody. So
Right. Um,
Except OJ McDuffie, I didn't ask him that one
you know what the answer would be, right? Um, I would think I would follow the Dolphins wherever they went. They better not do that. They better never, ever do that.
Mhm.
Nobody can sport those colors like Miami, right? Nobody. But I would follow my team. I probably would.
Or San Diego Dolphins, whatever, you know.
Man, that's getting even tougher.
Or Canadian. How about the Toronto Dolphins? There you go.
At least I wouldn't be hot at the games.
Yeah.
There's an upside there.
Yeah. Oh man. And of course, before we get to the second question, like I always do.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome water and meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Yes, that is my man, Chef Jew. Mention Shake Money, and you will get 10% off your first order. He is in the Tri-County area, Dade, Broward, and West Palm Beach. Hit him up. You will thank your taste buds will thank me later, man.
I love Chef Jew. He's just the best. Great guy.
Well, one thing I know for sure is that you're a good cook, right? What
Yeah.
are like on game day when you are about to sit down, stream, and curse at no lip? What are some of your favorite game day foods?
So, first of all, I could tell you this right now. I don't eat during the game. Can't do it. Can't handle it in my stomach. I am full on dedicated. Now, I'm definitely, the elbows moving, but not with a fork. No.
Okay. How about your game day after victory?
Yeah, there's always food cooking. It is usually cooking, but I don't eat it till after the game. But so it depends on the time of year. In the wintertime, I like to do I'll do a roasted vegetable and pork green chili.
Mm.
Or I'll turn that roasted pork and make my own green chili sauce, and I'll do enchiladas, pork enchiladas. I like to do that. When it's hot, I don't know. Regular food, I'll do pork chops. My husband loves pork chops. I always make something different. I rarely make the same thing. I don't follow recipes, so I'm always like, throw this out there. But I love cooking. And he happens to love to eat, so that works out. Hey, Mr. Polk. Aw, so nice to see you out there, my Dolphin brother.
Mr. Polk is the latest member of the Finns Tailgate. He's a good person to have.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is. AKA Crazy Dolphin.
AKA Crazy Dolphin. Somebody said, how do you someone asked him last week, I think it was last week on Papa Paul's, how do you pronounce your name? And I said, crazy. Of course, they were asking about his last name, Mr. Paul. But anyways.
Yeah. I don't know karate, but I know crazy.
Crazy. Me too. I have an S on my chest. Superman has his S for super. Mine is for smartass. Yeah.
Who was your favorite Gator on the Dolphins? If you can think of one.
Oh, it's got to be Pouncy. It's got to be a Pouncy brother. I love me I love the Pouncy boys. They they were such great Gator players. And then when we got our center, I mean, I was so happy he was a Dolphin, and he played really well, and he played for quite a while.
He had a lot of hip injury, hip concerns, but
Yeah, he did, but he played tough. He was a really good player.
yeah. And what about
Channing
yeah,
Crowder,
yeah,
I
and
I
Nat
like.
Moore?
Yeah, Nat Moore. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. See, now we're going way back. Yes. Channing. I liked Channing a lot too, and Nat, of course.
And you've been to Dolphin games in the Orange Bowl.
Yes, way back when.
How would you compare the Orange Bowl to the Hard Rock Stadium in your estimation?
Um, like a high school and and a professional stadium. There,
Some,
the
some,
Orange
some
Bowl
people say
was
that look at the end of the day, look, and Alex Dono. I had a lot of people that been in that stadium. They say it's not aesthetically pleasing,
right.
but the vibes
Were
and
wonderful, but I
yeah,
also think it was the era too. It
mhm.
was the time, and people were, you know, things can get pretty nasty in stadiums these days, including ours. I usually point to the other fans for that, but um, the vibe was excellent. But the stadium itself, there's no comparison. But I have great memories from being at games in that stadium. It was a great vibe. I agree with their take on that.
Can you share some with us if you don't mind? Somebody like a good one or two.
So I have to think of one particular game we went on. There was several of us in our family. My husband's dad, um, he was a huge Pittsburgh fan, and I have Woodson's jersey to this day from my father-in-law, and we lost him in 2000, so he's been gone a long time. But going to that game with him, and he had on this big gorilla mask and that black jersey, and there was a whole bunch of us. We went down on a bus, and it was like really cold when we left here, and of course it got hot in the stadium. But that game, and we beat Pittsburgh that game. I don't even think I could tell you the year, but it was definitely like 83 or 4, something like that. It was a long time ago, but it was a great day and a great game. And I just remember my father-in-law, standing up there harassing people with that mask on, because we weren't supposed to win that game or whatever, and we did, and we were all booing him and everything. It was a great memory. Great memory.
That's what's up. Hell yeah. And he was yeah, because he was a Pittsburgh fan, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh is one of those historic teams that now Miami Dolphin it's in that realm now as far as historic teams are concerned.
Yeah,
So,
you no denying that, right? And my husband has been a Dolphin fan his whole life too. He was born in Titusville, same as I was, and so he became a bigger Dolphin fan when he was in the Air Force down at Homestead.
oh, nice.
He was able to go to some of the games then, and that would have been in 1980, 81, 82, like that time frame. But that's when he became a huge fan. So we always are together on the NFL team. He's a U fan, and I just got to tell you that it is much quieter when the U is playing versus when the U of F is playing.
Yeah. It's gonna be a house divided August 31st.
House divided, but he won't say too much. He's not like me. That's why we're probably still married.
Yeah,
he's,
yeah,
he's quiet. He is
yeah.
not me.
Yeah, it's kind of like why me and my fiance we've been together for long too because I'm the quiet one.
Yeah. And the big spoon, she's the fork.
Yeah, I'm the quiet one. I don't say anything at all. Same thing with crypto. Crypto has this aspersion on him that he's loud and brash, but crypto is peaceful, and he's never once raised his voice at anyone.
Never, ever, not in the last 10 seconds, he has not raised his voice.
So people that think that crypto is a troublemaker, he has never raised his voice to anyone.
I love crypto. I love it.
Right, crypto. If you're still
I, wa-
listening.
I want to do like the little flag or wave like a cape like you do at a bull. You know, when he gets on his point and he can't. I want to be like doo 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 get his attention. I love crypto. He's a very very smart guy and a very nice guy. I like crypto a lot.
So here's the duos game, right? This is what I do now.
Okay.
5 duos here. We have the Marx Brothers, Mark Lane, Mark Duper, the Ricky and Ronnie, right? We have Dwight Stevenson and Richmond Webb, Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor, and we have Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain. Now, out of those 5 duos, who are you putting on next year's team?
Oh man, Jake, that is like the toughest set of duos. I got a heads up right on those duos. Like you gave me a heads up. And honestly, I had to stop thinking about it because I have love for all of those duos. I want to go Clayton and Duper because that was our heyday and it was unbelievable. But also Thomas and Taylor, oh man, their defense, it's my groove. I've got more jerseys by those 2 guys. I'm gonna have to stick with the Marx Brothers, but dang, I could pick every one of them. Richmond Webb is a guy that I just love, and I love how great he is with our community. I think our best offensive lineman ever. He should be Hall of Fame. Richmond Webb, Hall of Fame.
So yeah, I could see Dolphins running 4 wide sets. You know, those guys. If one of them gets injured, we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, that was back in the day, and I know a lot of people didn't see them play live. I'm sure you've seen film and stuff, but I'm telling you, with Dan out there and the Marx Brothers, there was nothing more. You just went, and you're watching it, and I mean, so exciting. Makes my heart leap right now.
So here we go.
Where are you going?
My going is real quick. I just want to address this. So, what's the deal with Michael K. Toussaint and some insults to the Dolphins? Well, here's the thing, Casarosa. It's. I think we're trash talking. I trash talk the Bills. He trash talks me. It's just. I look at it as differently as football. It is what it is. Talk trash to him. He talks trash to us. But at the end of the day, I got to know him, and he's not really a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a douchebag. Now there's some other Bills
terrible taste. He has terrible taste in football. However,
yeah, I'm not going to hold that against him. But no, there's some other Bills fans that I won't do that same. I won't hold him in that. Hold him in that regard. You know what I'm saying? They know who they are. Hell, there's some Dolphin fans that I won't even hold in that regard. But at the end of the day, fuck Buffalo, and
yeah,
Michael K is Michael K. He it is what it is. But like I said, Costa just
go for him, Cosa. Go for him.
We could trash talk each other, but at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all humans, and we're all brothers. And
at least partially.
Yeah. I question Michael K. being a human, but whatever.
That's right. Partially.
But yeah, no, Costa Nostra is a good dude. He's here in week in and week out, and I appreciate him. And I just want him to know that the reason we're doing that is it's just football. We love the Dolphins. We hate the Bills, and he loves the Dolphins. He loves the Bills and hates the Dolphins. So
I think he has secret love for the Dolphins because he's always on Dolphin fan sites. Always. So y'all got to think that through a little bit. Like, does he really hate the Dolphins? I think he's a budding comedian that would get booed off the stage. A budding comedian that will never be good, but he's a budding comedian.
But anyway, listen. One of the questions I was going to ask the cross-dresser. What's up, Mudbone?
Hey, Mudbone.
So you actually got being that you actually got to see. What's awesome is you got to see the Marx Brothers and Waddle and Hill play in person.
Yes, both of them. And I would still take the Marx Brothers. There's nothing more exciting than to see Tyreek Hill and the stuff he does and how tough he is. Mm-hmm. But there was just something about Dan Marino and the Marx Brothers that, I mean, even if we got the Super Bowl, I don't think you're ever going to displace the Marx Brothers and Dan Marino out of my brain. Ever. I mean, they're just that amazing. Michael K. I don't know which thing I got completely wrong, but something I got completely wrong, but that's okay.
And if he says you got it wrong, that means you got it wrong.
I'm all right. Exactly.
See, like this. See how this shirt blends into my microphone?
Yes.
Aqua shirt. This is an aqua microphone. He thinks this is blue. But then again, what do I expect from the crayons in Buffalo? They must be like, it is what. That's what happens when you run through some tables about a dozen times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Now he just has bad taste. He's obviously colorblind.
Mm-hmm. Secretly, I think right now you're blatantly a Dolphins fan, but he's near here or there.
That's right. That's right. And a Gator fan too. He loves the Gators.
Yeah, Gators and
Go Gators, Michael.
But all right, now here's the other segment. You get to ask. You like to ask Dolphin questions, right?
Yes.
You get to interview one of these three gentlemen: Chris Greer, Stephen Ross, and Mike McDaniel. Which one are you interviewing?
Not even a question. Mike McDaniel for sure.
And you get to ask him 3 under oath questions where he has to answer truthfully.
Okay.
What are those 3 questions you're gonna ask him?
Okay. So one would be, do you? Mm-hmm. So how do I phrase this? I want to know if he purposefully, I mean, I know he purposefully does it because he does it, but goes to the passing game, puts the game on Tua's back when we're running the ball. So does he plan on changing that up this season and going more with the tight end and the run game?
Mm-hmm.
There's one. Does he? I know he feels pressure, so I'm trying to think. There's a huge difference, of course, between Mike McDaniel when we're kicking somebody's butt versus when we're in a tighter game. Like you can see, he's having so much fun when the game is easy. Mm-hmm. Is he having fun when the game is tough? Right. Yeah, mm-hmm. Because I see him, he shows stress, which is a stressful situation. I get it. But to me, as a competitor, that would be when I'm like all dialed in, you know, having a great time, especially with the players that we have, what you could do with the ball, you know, what you could do.
Yeah.
And the third one is, do you truly believe Tua is the man? Like, he would have to answer truthfully.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, because at the end of the day, they're not gonna, you know, he's not gonna answer truthfully. He's got to, unfortunately.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I would slap the other two around a little bit and tell them, "Come on, man." That's what I do. I would want to interview.
Hey, like I said, stop rewarding people for bad behavior.
You always say that.
And finally, and before we get to the last question, I want to once again thank you for your support and thank you for everything you. When it comes to the Dolphins, my wine ventures and everything like that, you've been an amazing person, you know, that I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? And I am glad to be your friend, and hopefully we could watch the Dolphin game together in person. You know, next season. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
It should be an annual thing, I think.
I think it should be too. I think so too. The spoon and the spoon maker.
Yeah.
I made the spoon trophy.
There it is. And you know what's funny is you know, everything was meant to be because look, Nene showed up right when you brought her name up, and this trophy came this morning.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was supposed to be here Friday, but it showed up this morning.
It's funny if you look like the way it's showing on my stream, like on the pictures, you've got the aqua, then you've got the spoon going up, but right out of the top of the spoon is the orange part of the Miami Dolphin logo with the aqua dolphin going through it. It's like, it looks like it's all part of it. It looks really cool.
Oh, cool. And my screen looks different, but when I guess when I see it on when I watch the replay, I'll see what you're talking about.
Right.
But anyway, before we go, what is your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore?
This was so hard. This was as hard as the other two.
I have one more.
Oh, okay.
You're my Gator sister. What is your Gators Mount Rushmore?
Oh, well, right off the top, you know, Emmett is, you know, then you have to put Tim Tebow in there. I would have to say, I would put the Pouncy Boys on there.
Both Pouncies?
Yeah.
No Steve Spurrier? No.
Can't we? I was gonna say, can't we have more heads? Because I would definitely want Steve-O in there. I love the old ball coach.
If you put one, they're twins. So
one Pouncy. Okay.
Represent two of them. You know what I'm saying?
And right.
We'll put Mike Pouncey because he played for the Dolphins.
Mike. That's right. We'll put Mike and Steve Spurrier for sure. Yep.
Mine would be
Emmett.
No,
Emmett.
No. I mean, I love Emmett, but there's only so much space because mine's just gonna be Spurrier and Urban Meyer because they're the ones that help keep us. I'm sorry, he gave us 2 championships.
We should have had 3. We should have had another one.
I know, but what's up, Hammer? What's up, Hammer? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Hammer.
So, all right. I'll take out Spurrier and put whatchamacallit,
No.
Meyer.
That's perfect.
Spoon. Okay. All right. We got Urban. No, Spur. All right. Steve Spurrier. I'm sorry. Steve Spurrier. Chris Leak is my second one.
Yeah.
Chris Leak was my favorite Gator quarterback. I don't care what nobody says. Another one is going to be damn it, what's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. Javon Curse.
Oh, yeah.
I love Javon Curse.
Yes.
And the last one, I got Chris Leak, Steve Spurrier, Javon, and Rod Strickland, the athletic director. He's the one who helped us get all the championships in baseball, basketball.
He really did. He really did. That's a good call right there. That's a good call. Yeah.
Rod Strickland, he was a hell of an athletic director. That's why Steve Spurrier didn't come back, because he wanted to be the athletic director, but they're like, no, you're just gonna favor the football team.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
and he would have, which I wouldn't have been upset, but you know.
Okay, and then finally, what is your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore?
And that was so hard as well. There's no way that you don't put Shula on the Mount Rushmore, right? He's got to be on there. And then Larry Zonka. Larry Zonka is on the Mount Rushmore. Dan Marino is a given. You have to put Dan on there. And then there's so many that I absolutely love, like defensive players. I think I could easily go with Jason Taylor. I love me some JT. And I could do Cameron Wake and Zach Thomas. Like I could just do like a whole bunch of those guys. They're all piled into one little head.
So Don Shula.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, Larry Zonka. Mm-hmm.
And Zach Thomas.
Yeah.
No, Jason Taylor's, right? Or Zach Thomas?
Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor. Yeah. Great Mount Rushmore. So
yeah.
Any final words? And thank you once again for making some time and wrapping up the season with me.
I'm so proud of you, Sheikh. I'm proud of what you've done, and you have a great reputation in the community, and that is all due to a lot of very hard work. You're a good friend. I love talking to you. You're just a good person, and the fact that you're my Gator brother and my Dolphin brother all at the same time, that's just that's like the cherry with the sprinkles and the nuts on top. Hey, Chef.
Scott Jackson, what's up?
Hey, Scott. But Chef, I'm so glad you made it in. But I am so proud of what you've done with your platforms, and I appreciate so much that you had me on your first and second to the last. I'm so grateful for that, and I love you big time, brother. I really do. I think you're awesome.
The reason I put Larry K, because technically he did the pilot episode.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about.
I love Larry K. He is a great guy. Meeting him in person, he is like he's like a big teddy bear. He is such a nice guy. He's so smart. He's such a big Dolphin fan. I love Larry K. Love him. He's amazing. Arrivederci. Costa Nostra.
Yes. Appreciate y'all. Well, anyway, fins up, everybody. And we'll see you Thursday for the season finale of In the Blender. With that being said, wish y'all adieu. Fins up.
Fins up. Throw your fins up.
I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice. It's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice. It's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.